Welcome everyone to Daytona International Speedway. We are live for the Iracing East Series presented by HomesNow. I want to give a shout out to them for their awesome, well, I had a bigger logo and I kind of lost it, I think. But their awesome sponsor here tonight. We'll get that logo up for you guys here in just a minute. Make sure you check out HomesNow. We got a special commercial we're going to be playing here in just a few minutes. So really awesome to have them. Also, Iracing, iFlag, and a bunch of other sponsors you're going to see during the commercial break. We are live from Daytona International Speedway, the pinnacle of NASCAR, I guess we could go ahead and call it. Got a good group of guys in here from what I'm seeing. I've been sitting here watching practice for about 30 minutes now. And right now we got about 18 drivers in here, and every one of them seems pretty decent. So I think we should have some good racing throughout the entire night. 75 laps on schedule for tonight. Of course, qualifying get ready to come up here in just a few moments. And we're very much looking forward to get this season kicked off and underway here tonight. Every Friday you will see the Super Speedway Series, and we will do our best to bring you good coverage throughout the entire season as we progress. And we're getting some more drivers coming in now, so that's even more awesome for you guys to watch. And give me your thoughts. Who's going to pick up the win? I'm not really familiar with the series. I don't know a ton of these guys. There is some guys I know, but I want to know your guys' thoughts that watch the series. Who's the number one team I should watch out for? I know there's a lot of teams in this series in general. We got Radical Racing, Suicide Shift, Esports. I mean, a bunch of different teams. JD Motorsports, G-Force, AV Motorsports, Horizon Motorsports, Maconia, is that right? Motorsports, Dipstick Racing, and some other ones. So let me know. Give me your thoughts. Who is the best drivers I should be watching for? Who is the team I should be watching for? When you come to Daytona, what is the first thing that pops in your mind as a team? Do you consistently want to focus on racing with that team? Do you want to try to work with some other teams, maybe form a top of alliance with them throughout all of these Super Speedway series? Remember, we're going to go to Talladega here next week, I believe. And do you want to go ahead and start forming some alliances with them, or do you just want to strictly work with your teammate? As we come into tonight at Daytona, one thing I can tell you about this place, it's very unique, not only that, but one thing I've really learned about this place is that you can side draft a lot. Everybody knows you can side draft here. You can side draft by yourself to get to the front. Once you get up to that number one spot, though, you cannot, it seems, from what I've seen and what I've done, you cannot usually get down by yourself, if that makes sense. Usually if you're on the high side, you've got to have help behind you in order to get down to that low line, because you just don't seem to punch a big enough hole in the air to get down in front of that car in front of you. So yes, you can just side draft here by yourself, get to the front, but you're going to have help, I think, in order to get down to the bottom. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on tonight. Want to give a shout out, by the way, the cameras that we use is track cams for Gourmet, I believe is how you say it. I know it's the same cameras that the Peak Antifreeze guys use. He makes these cameras, and real good shout out to him. He has helped me out a lot for my broadcast. So want to thank everybody once again for tuning in. ESPN Esports Broadcasting Network. For guys that do not know, I'm Adam Chapman. I do a lot of these broadcasts. I came on board a few months ago with ESPN, formerly known as BOFA. I came on board. I had my own broadcast for a long time, known as Trackside Racing Network, and I have came on since then to join up with these guys. They asked me to come on board and broadcast a couple series, and I did it. So why not? Sam's a good guy, and I think that we're going to see some good races even in the future. Hopefully a good partnership for me and as well as them. So there's a little bit about me. I've been on iRacing now for about 4 years, 3 years, something like that, and know a little bit about broadcasting stuff, I guess we could say. But tonight it's not really about that. It's about these guys here in the Cup car. These guys also run another series on Monday nights where it is broadcasted. I don't want to butcher it, so I'm not going to forget. I forgot who it was broadcasted by. You can check them out, Iracing Esports, and you can actually see who they're broadcasted by. I forgot who it was. Maybe somebody in the chat can let you know who it is. Give them a shout out. It's cool. I definitely do not mind shouting out other broadcasters here. So, real fast before we get to qualifying, you know what? We'll wait till after qualifying. I don't want to. We'll wait till the commercial. I don't want to miss qualifying, but we will get the HomesNow commercial up for you guys. And of course, iFlag or Iracing iFlag is a sponsor not only of these guys, but also a sponsor of ESPN. If you use code esports2019, you can get 15% off your Iracing iFlag and all that good stuff. So qualifying is officially begun for this new season. Let's see who we got rolling out first. We got one car backing up, and there's a reason why he does this, if you're wondering. He's going to get a run and go. He's going to hit 55 right at the line. That's going to help him keep speed. Now, you don't want to let off that. That is Zach Bowman in that number 2 car. Well, it's the number 70 car, but he's got the 2 on the car for the custom number. A couple other guys heading out on the track as well. Oh gosh, there's so many. Brody Smith heading out, Brandon Wilson, Cody Smith, Kennedy Jenkins starting to roll, Ryan Decker, but right now we'll stay with Zach here in that number 70/2 car. Darren Manning getting here tonight. Race with him. Jason Papp, who brought me on board, awesome guy, and we'll see how this plays out here tonight. So as we work through turns 3 and 4, he's going to ride that high line. His whole first lap, the whole out lap and the whole first lap. Then he'll dive down to the bottom, may even go below the apron once he comes off turn 4 or below that yellow line to get that fastest lap here in qualifying. So qualifying has officially begun for Zach. Meanwhile, while he does that, you'll see Carlos rolling out as well in that number 81. We'll hop over to someone else that's on track. Nick Kessler in the 01, a little bit of scrape of the wall. We'll see if that hurts him. Timothy Jenkins in the 34 out on track in the Chevrolet Camaro. A lot of Chevrolets in here, a lot of Toyotas in here, some Mustangs, of course. So we'll jump back to Zach because he's getting ready to start his green flag lap here at Daytona. This will be his fast lap. What we can do is actually hop on board and try to give you guys maybe a little bit better insight of what we're talking about. He will get to the bottom here. Going into the trial wheel, you'll see him swerve down to that yellow line. And there you go. And now he's going to try to hold that wheel as steady as he can to get the most out of this lap. Chris in the 3 car jumps up to the pole for now. He probably rode the low line his first lap. We'll have to wait and see. Here comes Zach, however. He's doing a really good job right now keeping that car on glued to the bottom. Ryan Kelly jumps up to second right now as well. But we're going to stay on board with the driver of the 70 car because he's going to be the first one with the fastest lap here. Then we'll jump back to Chris here in just a second. Coming to the checkered flag for Zach Bowerman. And he's going to jump up to the top of the board. What kind of lap is he going to put down? Zach jumped up pretty good. And it looks like Chris actually shut his. Zach did jump the pole over Ryan Decker, a 48.607, your top time right now. Zishan, I'm going to butcher these names this season. I'm already tell you how that's going to go. You see him drop below the apron. He's going to try to get the most out of that car. The number 10 coming to the stripe. And 14th, let's see if he jumps up. He does jump up to 7. Here's number 12. Oh, I like that paint scheme. No number on the side of that car. It's pretty cool. Neat looking. In the Ford Mustang, let's see what kind of lap he puts down as he gets ready to come down to the stripe, and his second lap now will jump him to 9th place with 48.69.9. Mike Catarino, he actually joined a little bit late. Nice car. That 02, see what he can do as he comes to the stripe, looking to beat Zach Bowerman, and he qualifies in 10th position at the moment. And he will shut that car off. Chris Royal out on track in 7th place. I don't know if he's quite done all his laps yet, so we'll stay with him for the moment. That NOS Energy Ford Mustang. But he has done all his laps. Nate Stewart out on track. Air Force car. Very nice as he comes to the stripe. And this is his fast lap. He's going to jump up to the 5th position with a 48.632. Not a bad lap. We got a couple cars sitting up in the pit road. You see the 25 here. Sitting down at the end of pit road, he's just right now waiting. We're going to wait and see if he goes out. Hopefully he will. He may not. We'll just have to wait and see. Is it over? There we go. So qualified is over. And we can look at your starting grid here for tonight. Zach Borman, Ryan Decker, row number 1. Row number 2, we got Brody Smith, Cody Smith, Nate Stewart, and I'm not going to butcher your name, 33. I'm sorry. I'll have to get how to pronounce that later on. Timothy Jenkins, Chris Worrell, Brandon Wilson. As you look at the rest of your top 20 now, row 7, 15th to 16th, Ryan Keller in the 93 car. Johnny Shade will be going on the same team. Thomas Gold. Thomas is a good guy. He'll probably have a good run tonight. We'll have to wait and see. Jason Papp going to be starting in 20th. Darren Manning. And there we go. So a good turnout here tonight as we get set to roll. And I mentioned Zach is your pole sitter. And then you see him. We're going to try to talk to him right now. If I can find him. Might take me just a minute to get used to wherever you guys got to go. Alright, let me bring Zach in. Hey, Zach, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, you're going to be rolling off first. I know that might not be too important, but it is the first pit stall here at Daytona.
Yeah, I was honestly kind of surprised. I was telling the guys I keep racing with, it's like, God, I feel pretty slow right now, and then it didn't get beat. So, yeah, I'll take it. That first box, it's pretty nice on yellows, but could be a problem late in the race if we get green flag stops. I'll just deal with it when that comes.
Yeah, man, real fast. I know this is a new season. Are you going to focus? I know you don't want to give too much away, but are you going to focus on working with your teammates, or are you going to try to branch out and work with some other guys because this is a long season?
It's always good to have as many friends as you can around here, so I'd love to work with them. I mean, we all know it's like once it comes down 2-3 to go, it's have at it, your friends where you find them. But oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna work with all these guys.
All right, man. Well, good luck. Love the car. It looks good, and we'll see you hopefully in victory lane.
All right, 10-4. Let's enjoy the show.
So there's your pole sitter for tonight's race as we get set to go green here. And you see all the cars. A lot of drivers came out to this race. I believe what? It was a lot, like 20-something drivers, 22 I believe is what I said. So we'll see how Zach does in that front alongside him on that outside, that 96 car. It's going to be anxious to see what he can do here tonight. Ryan Decker, that black Budweiser. So we got the battle of the beers up front with Budweiser and Miller Lite first and second, and then of course some bacon in the back. So we'll see how this all plays out as the pace car is getting ready to drop down. We're about to go green here for the Daytona, first race of the season for these guys, and being led by the Ford Mustang pace car. And pace car takes a left. Green flag about to come out. Green flag is out of the air, and that top 5 got a really good restart, kind of stacked up on the high side a little bit behind them, and that 7 going to probably drop down, and there it goes, the 7 car dropping down to the bottom. As you see these guys starting to fight for single file pretty much. You see that one car caught up on the outside. That is the 13 Nate Stewart up in that Chevrolet. Now he's going to drop in line right in front of the 7 Cody Smith, who everybody trying to get single file. It looks like we got a couple guys going towards the back. Smart strategy to do that early. No need to rush this race. 75 laps at Daytona. It takes a little while to get around this place, so no need to take yourself out in lap 1. Here's a battle for position. See Mike going up to that high side, but over the bottom on the underneath for the 17 car. This is actually not the 17, but it shows 17 on there. So if you see the numbers a little bit different up on the ticker, guys, I apologize. That's just some custom numbers, but you pretty much know who you're looking for. Kind of got a group starting to work the high side. That's marking at 02. Well, it's got the 17. It looks like the 43 is up there as well. Some other cars dropped back. We do got one car blinking. It shouldn't be an issue right now. But out front, it is still being led by this guy. Zach Bowman coming to lead lap number 2. At 13, starting to get around on the outside. It's Nate Stewart. Will he lead the lap? Being pushed right now. And we got one car caught in the middle, 3 wide. And that lead does change over to Nate Stewart up on that high side. Very interesting there. Will Nate drop to the inside? He does. Followed by that 43. These guys already shuffling for position everywhere we go. Riding on board right now with the driver of the 13. Here comes a bump from that NOS Energy Ford. That 43 car you see, by the way, that is actually not the 43. That is actually a 3 car on the screen. There you go. Chris in that 43 car. So it's going to get my mind all kind of bobbled up because there's so many different custom numbers. So you're going to have to bear with me. Nate Stewart able to lead that lap once again. You'll look down at your top 4, that 19 Thomas Gold. I knew it was a matter of time when you see Thomas up there. And there we go. First wreck of the season comes out early here on lap number 4, and it's a good one. See what we got here. Multiple cars involved. I'm counting 4 or 5 cars involved. 1 car upside down. One more look. You be the judge. I think the bumpers may have locked. Oh, nope. The 43 came up on a 17. And there you go. Some big wrecks. The 13 goes for a wild ride. And looks like the 2 might have made it through that. We can actually ride on board with him. If I can find him. There we go. We'll go back just a little bit here. He actually sees the wreck. This right here is Connor. There's the wreck happening in front of him. Almost actually lose it with downshifted. Some guys coming to a complete stop. Smart move. Connor trying to get some positions as he tries to drive through a lot of this. And first caution of the season comes out with Timothy Jenkins up in front now in that number 34. I'm not sure if he's got any damage. Here comes a 19. Probably going to get that position back. Yeah, Timothy does have some damage on the right front of that car. You see the 19 with a ton of damage on Thomas's car. Rocky Ridge Ford Mustang with a lot of damage. So that's going to open up pit lane, and we will get a good view here to see if anybody comes down. I'm guessing everybody probably will. You might as well take 4 tires. It ain't going to hurt. Under caution to go ahead and do that. See a 2 car sliding in his box. He man missed his. I thought he missed it. Guess not. Everybody looks like they got their box pretty decent. One car had a backup. Can't tell who that is. Race off pit road. There you go. Seeing some cars sitting there getting some damage repaired. Jason Papp actually does retake the lead, or does take the lead over. So what we're going to do right now, guys, is I want to give you a little bit of information about our sponsor, HomesNow. So we'll be right back right after this quick commercial from them. there you have it. Make sure you check out HomesNow, HomesNow.org. A really good group of guys, it seems like, and really cool. And I think that will be I think that needs to happen more often. So, really cool for them. Pace lights appear to be off, so it looks like we're going to go back green, I believe, this time. Well, they are. So Jason Papp's going to be leading us down to the green flag this time. As you see some cars that don't have damage out there on the track. Some other cars coming back down pit road, getting some fresh tires, topped off with some gas, and we'll be good to go back green here in just a few moments. So a big wreck happens early at Daytona. It's not much of a surprise. A lot of new nerves kind of setting in for the new season. A lot of guys trying to get everything they can early this season. And maybe some aggression being handed out a little bit too early, but that tends to happen once the new season starts, and it does calm down as the season continues. So definitely nothing wrong with a little bit of aggression. Just unfortunately into some guys not already. And this one, Nate Stewart is out of this event. Chris Worrell, Thomas Gold sitting on pit road with a lot of damage repaired, getting some damage repaired. The three of Chris, also Esper, probably butchering that name, is also on pit road as well. So hopefully all these guys can get out there and salvage what can be a good night if we have any more caution flags come out. As you see the pace car getting ready to take the hard left turn down pit road. It's going to be the Monster Energy car now out front alongside the mellow yellow Toyota Camry. As we get set to go green, some guys lining up single file behind them. Green flag back out in the air, outside of the road, not really getting a good start. Inside really getting a good start. Who is that? Looking in fourth place. Is that Johnny Shade? I love that name, by the way. It just seems like a good name. I don't know. Anywho, sounds like a Mortal Kombat name. So he's worked his way up pretty nice here. He started back in 17th. Now looking to try to take third on that bottom side. As he battles the outside row. Who else is that? Is that the 95 of Joe Lombard? Here they come at you full speed. Great shots here. That inside row right now with the most momentum, it's going to be hard for the outside. Remember, I said that the outside row can actually get there and hang with the inside, at least in this new package. I've noticed that. But it's so hard for that outside row to get a really big hole in the air unless you have help. Here comes a little bit of help on the outside. We'll see if that's enough to get that 33 down to the inside. Pat was the leader last time, and there's your chance to get down to the bottom. He's going to leave the 95. He does drop the 95 off. And now it drops down single file in front of Jason Papp and the 18 car as well. Darren Manning in that Interstate Batteries Toyota. Kyle Busch paint scheme. Here we go. Back to the outside. Who's going to lead the lap? It's going to go to... There you go. The 33 picks up first lap. Lead here of the season. A lot of close racing. You see a little bit of side drafting happening here. 33 coming up the track just a little bit. That's exactly what we seen earlier. Maybe the air is moving around a little bit. We didn't get a good look at the weather at the start of this race, so let's take a look now. Wind speed, not really a difference. Track time, not that bad either. We're seeing the cars move around a lot on the bottom when someone's on the outside of them. Not sure if that's just something that could be fixed or if maybe guys not holding the greatest line right now. Once again, the 33 going to lead this lap at the line. Barely. He was able to get that lap led. There they go off into turn number 1 and 2. You see the one car slowly getting a slight advantage up on that outside line. Here comes the 2. Started to work his way back up. That was the pole sitter. I keep saying 2, even though it's not the 2. It was the Sevilla Zach Bowman up on that outside line. And now drops to the inside. We talked to him at the start of the race. He said he was going to work with a little bit of everybody here tonight and try to make some friends. And so far, he's done a great job of basically keeping his car clean. He almost got some damage earlier in that wreck. Not sure if he had any optionals or anything like that after that first wreck, but he is still out there able to keep the car up to speed. I apologize, I did not have the audio actually on. I apologize, the car, you all was not hearing that. Sorry about that. I thought I muted it during the HomesNow commercial. Jason Papp did a good job out front in that green Monster Energy. That's one thing about that car. You're not going to mistake that one. You're going to be able to see that on the track at all times. Started way back in 20th. Did not qualify. I believe that first wreck. And he's done a good job here. See some cars dropping back. That other car dropped back to the back. This right here, we may have another lead change to 95 when we go out to the point. If he's able to hold back that one car, here comes the 50. Looking to help him. Actually, the 501 of Brandon Wilson, not the 50. And looks like he's going to try to get up there and push the 95 to the lead. Not going to happen this lap. May have to wait till the next time as they work through turn or the travel now back into turn 1. We are on lap 14 of 75. So far, Jason Papp's been the guy out front for half the race or laps we have ran so far. Thomas Gold has DNF for this race as well. Unfortunately, the car unable to continue after getting some of the optional. Everybody else is out on track, even though we do got some slower guys back there as well. Here's the 81 to the 33 working together. Carlos at 81. See if we can get a good shot of the front of his car. There's a YouTube that is interesting. Yeah. This kind of group's kind of spaced out a little bit. They are starting to get a little bit of help from behind. A little bit more help anyway with that 7 car catching up. It's Cody Smith. Love that paint scheme, by the way. I feel like a William Byron paint scheme. These guys right here, single file, I think they're just kind of mind their business. We do got some lap cars starting to show up in the picture, so some communicating going to have to give or be said on the radio. I'm sure that they're starting to work with the drivers up in front. Did have a new lead change last time. John was able to lead that lap. First lap of the season led for him. Jason Papp right now falls back to second. As the lap cars do get out of the way of the lead lap guys. Great job, great communication right there. The Ken car started to work his way up as well. I haven't really spoke a lot about him. Starting in 6th, or starting in 13th, now showing in 6th place. Hard to see, but he is that black car right there on the inside in that Ford Mustang. We're right behind that white and gold 34, who just moved up. And here comes Zach Bowerman back up towards the front, drops down to the inside. Who's going to lead this lap? At the line, it looks like Jason Papp may got the lead. No, it didn't John at time. Out of turn number 2. So look down at the 6 cars, and you see the outside line. It's so tough to get the push from behind to really poke the hole in the air to get down in front of the 95. You just need more cars, and we've seen it time and time again with this new package that they put on with new Cup cars. So tough to pass when you don't have the help. Now, he does have that 33 starting to work his way up. This may be enough to push him down. That 501 car is really pushing him. He is clear if he elects to drop down, and he's not going to leave him out. Good call there. There they go. Both on there is clearing. They're both going to drop down. So there you go. 501. Brandon Wilson pushes Jason Papp to the lead here on lap 17, now 18. That's going to be 8 laps led so far. 7 lead changes already in this race. Now this right here, I'm trying to see how big this group actually is. 16 cars in this pack right here. Even though we're kind of spaced out somewhat, but it is 16 cars all the way back to Connor in the 25. Coming to the stripe, looks like Jason might have this lap led as well as the camera gets it away. Riding on board with the 70 car. See the run he gets, he's going to get a little bit of block put on him right there by that 501. Brandon Wilson drops down. See the damage he's got to that wing in that Global Hooker Chevrolet. Jason Papp looking to go on lead now, 10 laps so far for this race. These guys can go pretty good ways before they have to pit, but it's still a, I don't quite know. We've been out there for 20 laps. Well, Jason's been out there for 20 laps. You know, as a 95, everybody else has 6 laps fresher tires and fuel mileage, so Jason probably still got, I'm going to say at least 15 laps before he has to head down pit road. If everybody else can make it to 40, though, this could turn, or even 35. This 30, well, we'll say 37. This could turn into a one-stop race for everybody, or one more stop race. Coming to the line, it looks like Jason once again leading that. We'll jump back a little bit further here in the pack. Check on some of these guys back here. Just see them riding around single file all the way back to Connor back in the 25, and you got some of the slower cars that was involved earlier in that wreck. You see the 17 without a hood, the 01 there as well. He was just basically minding his business and unfortunately got caught up in that wreck. And there's the 43 on the bottom as well, or should I say the 3 on the bottom as well, as these leaders go by him. Here they come off turn 4. Should be a good picture here as they head into picture. O2 giving the 501 car a good bump. Mike, good job. Actually did not realize that there was actually a race tonight. About went and raced the NIS race tonight and jumped in here kind of last minute. He's done a good job as he just pushed the 501 car that went and got the damage on the back end. Pushed him out in front. So the lead changes. Brandon Wilson goes to the lead. Mike pushed him up there, and unfortunately for Mike, he's going to drop back a little bit now. Dropped him all the way back to 5th place. As everybody single file throughout the field. We continue to stay green here at the Daytona International Speedway. We'll take a quick break, guys, and be right back. If anything happens to break out, we'll cut right back in. make sure you guys check out the Iracing iFlag. And you see the little link at the bottom of the broadcast. Check them out. Esports 2019. Things are getting a little crazy. Pit stops are starting to happen. Them guys went 25 laps. I didn't think they'd actually, I thought they'd be able to go a little bit further. So we should be seeing some green flag pit stops happening here very soon as well with some of these lead lap cars. But they got to make it through the lap traffic first. You want to start seeing cars getting single file. Everybody trying to get down to the bottom right now. That 81 caught up on the high side. He's really going to have to get down to the bottom if he wants to get pit road. You do want, blah, blah, blah. You do not want to pit by yourself. We've seen Jason Papp actually pit by himself as well as the 95 with John. He actually had to come down pit road by himself. Those guys are actually kind of spaced out now. John's got a little bit of draft, but we mentioned Jason Papp. He's right here. So this is going to be interesting. See how these leaders work to get around him. Jason's going to move to the high side, which is a great call by him, but he definitely wanted some more guys to pit with him. And pit road is open. Will we have any takers this time? We will not just yet. Remember, we've seen them go to 25 laps, and that was with a few caution laps. So I'm thinking these guys may hit pit road any second now. We didn't have any takers this time. Brandon Wilson up on that high side right now with that 81. Carlos trying to push him out to the front. Now, no matter what, we're definitely going to have to pit again, guaranteed. And maybe another. I don't think we'll have to pit 2 more times if we stay green, but definitely 1 more time. I know this right here. Don't know if it's going to be enough to get them to the end. No, there's no way. They're definitely going to have to pit 1 more time for sure. So, will we have any takers this time? We got one. The 34 dropping off. Timothy Jenkins, I believe he was the only one that came down pit road, and he does get on it clean. Will we see some more guys come this time? I think we're going to see them hit pit road this time, I believe. At least the guys on the bottom. Will we have any takers? Through turn 4, pit road is going to be open. And green flag pit stops not happening as of yet. This will make them to lap 24 since the last time they hit pit road. Keep in mind, Jason Papp was able to stay up for 25 laps. However, he did have some caution laps. So I'm kind of surprised to see these guys actually going this long. And you see some cars starting to get to the bottom. That does change the lead over, by the way. He leads his first lap. Zishan, I believe is how you say his first name. You don't want to butcher the last name. So there's the 34 car. You see him actually dropping below the apron again. This is interesting. Timothy Jenkins. Just want to let them guys go by. Pit road once again open. And here we go. Pit road's open. Here they come. At least some of them. A great shot at pit road. Make sure nobody has trouble getting on the pit road. Everybody looks like they did a great job there. So the 2 car, who was the pole sitter, or should I say the 70, Zach, jumps out to the lead. That 1 car you see on the outside, him and the 95, are both 1 lap down for the time being. And the longer Jason Papp stays out front, personally, if I'm Jason, I'd probably drop in behind some of these guys just because it would save more gas on the long run. So pit road's going to be open again. I would expect all these other guys to come in. There's the other guys coming off pit road. Here comes some other guys hitting pit road. Will we have a problem this time? Let's see. Everybody looking good. That was a really good job. Not sure if anybody got caught for speeding, however. But good job on their part. Ryan Decker stays out in the 96. He is the black car in the back end of this field. He's going to hit pit road separate from all these guys. And we should see, well, we have a car backing up and really backing up. Not sure who that is. Looks like the 10 really missed his pit box. And unfortunately, he's going to lose a ton of time. Still trying to get in his box. And that may cost him a ton of track position. maybe not even have to draft. So these guys are down the way. Ryan Decker's coming in. The 81 is exiting pit road. He is the second place car. We should all go over to this group. Maybe Johnny Shade, Zishan, and Brandon Wilson. Or will they not be able to catch this group? So we're waiting to see where all this shakes up at. Everybody's kind of spaced out now, so very interesting. Around the pit stops is kind of spaced everybody out a little bit. There is some draft right through here, not much. And of course we got this bigger part of the draft right behind Brody Smith with 4 or so cars. And of course Jason Papp trying to get back up to him. He is back on the lead lap now, as well as the 95 is back on the lead lap with John. Yep, that's the 3 car we seen up in the wall just now. Okay there. And yeah, they are now all bunched back up. Now we do got another car here. It's exiting pit road. Of course, Ryan Decker is your leader. And he's going to try to fall in line with these guys as they catch the back of him. So interested around the pit stops that time by. It has been a really good first race. I agree. Everybody's had a great job so far tonight. I'm very impressed. I've heard a lot about this league. When I got offered to broadcast the Super Speedway League, I'm not the biggest fan of Super Speedways. Everybody here knows that. Everybody ever watched my broadcast knows I'm not the biggest fan of Super Speedways. I think they're exciting when it comes to the last 10 laps. I think it's the best exciting in racing. But I'm not the biggest fan. Let's just be honest. A lot of guys are not. However, mainly because of the wrecks is why I'm not. Because it takes out a lot of good cars. However, tonight has been very impressive. We've seen a lot of strategy come into play, and we're only 34 laps in. Just about to the halfway point. But it's been interesting. I mean, when I first got told about this league, I was like, I don't know. And, you know, and Jason Papp and all the guys, Jason talked to me about it and said that they're a good group of guys, and he wasn't lying. I mean, this has been some excellent racing throughout the entire field so far. I mean, yeah, we've had some incidents, unfortunately, at the start of the race, but that's Daytona, and we know that. But the race has been great. I mean, we've seen passes on the high side, we've seen some passes on the low side, we've seen some passes in the middle, we've seen some 3 wide, and we may see some 3 wide right here as the 81's going to drop to the apron. He's kind of getting flushed out of the draft unless this is scheduled for him to drop back, which he may be doing in that YouTube car. So he's going to turn the lead over to Johnny Shade, who I don't think's led a lap yet tonight. Trying to double check. He has not, that I see. But he has now. Johnny Shea with his first lap of the season in that 63. Of course, Jason Papp with 13 laps led, and the 95 of John with 4 laps led, and Ryan Decker with 3 is the top 3 right now with most laps led. Riding on board with the 33. I don't want to butcher your name, buddy. I'm sorry. Is it Marigato? Marigato, I believe is your last name. Jaro? He's probably laughing at me for butchering it. But look, I'm from Tennessee, okay? Jason Papp's going to go back to the lead. How impressive is that? That worked out for him really nice here. He has to pit a lot sooner than all these guys, but it's worked out really well for him. As you can see them go by the lap cars, that is the 3 and the 18 going a lap down. Darren Manning now 2 laps down, unfortunately for him, that Interstate Batteries car. Not the greatest night for him, but never know what could happen. Well, actually 3 laps down as these 4 right here start to break away. And you can see right here the top 5 currently on the board. As they cross the line, it's going to change. There you go. Jason Papp, Brandon Wilson, Zishan Shade, and Connor, your top 5. Or top 4, should I say. The top 5 been led by Connor. So I was interested in his HomesNow. I don't know if you guys know a ton about it. It's a new sponsor for this league, and I was interested about it. So I went and I checked it out, HomesNow.org, and it's very interesting stuff. It's from what I was seeing, it's Mike Evans is the owner of it, and he's actually helped a lot of people. Oh, hold on, I apologize. Not Mike Evans. I was at the wrong website. I apologize. I was sitting there looking at that ain't it. So I will get that up. Check out HomesNow.org. There we go. And it is basically helps the homeless, and that's really cool. It basically builds homeless some small houses that they can live in. And from someone that knows people or has met people that's homeless, stuff like that is very interesting, and it's a really cool thing. It's all done by volunteers. So check out HomesNow. You can volunteer. You can apply for it. If you know anybody, apply for it for them. You just never know. I mean, why not? You know what I mean? With winter coming up and summer just about over, I mean, you never know, fall and all that stuff. Check out HomesNow.org. I'm going to have to look more into this. I may be interested in doing something with them later on. But Jason Papp's out front now. He's been leading now for 16 laps. We got 19 lead changes in 40 laps. Impressive there for this league. Not bad at all. There's that 501 Brandon Wilson starting to work that high side, being pushed by the 25 of Connor. This was a 4-car breakaway. Kind of changed back to that now. Then we got to 63 there as well. There's Greg in at 12. Oh, I got to get used to without the number on the car. Jason once again going to lead this lap. And this other group right back here behind them, kind of just hanging out, doing what I normally do at Daytona. Just waiting just in case there's a wreck. I mean, this goes on. You can just see them single file. And a couple of guys right here. Timothy Jenkins in at 34. Not where he wants to be. Trying to stay out front. Of the lead cars, that is. So Jason Papp right now being pushed by Zishan, and Ron Decker does have the fastest lap the last time by. Actually, fastest lap of the race is a 44.805. That's impressive. So we should be a few laps away from hitting pit road. If we get a race break, we can take a look here. There's your track facts about Daytona, 2.5 miles, 2.48. Of course, track temp has raised 2 degrees. It's now at 92 degrees. Only one caution so far. And 19 lead changes. Still 33 laps to go once we hit the line. Hopping on board with the driver of the 95. John has been out front a couple times tonight. He's led 4 laps. He will be hitting pit road here within the next, let's say 7 or 8 laps, I would guess. Yuma and Jason Papp both will probably be hitting pit road around the same time. Right now he's just riding behind the 25, saving as much gas as he can, which is a good thing because these guys, Jason and John, have to at least make it a lap 50 in order to make it all the way. 50 is the benchmark for everybody. If you can make it to lap 50, you can make it the rest of the way, pending green, white, checker. If there's a green, white, checker, they can't make it. But and looking right now, 6 laps, we hit 50. Hey, it's going to be close. They should be able to make it to lap 50, but it's going to be close. Jason, personally, I think needs to drop back and get some fuel mileage and just use the draft to his advantage, try to save some gas. 95 is exactly what he needs to do by doing this. I like the call he's doing. I'm a little bit worried about Jason being out front because he's burning up more fuel being out front instead of riding behind using the draft to his advantage. But I could be wrong. What a fantastic race, though. I mean, I can't even lie. It's been a great race as they head off into turn 1 and 2. So what we'll do, guys, we'll take our final commercial break. We'll go commercial free the rest of the time. We'll take another commercial break here, come back, and get ready for pit stops.
Green flag, everybody.
Gonna be a wreck behind you, gonna be a wreck behind you.
So I don't know what to do.
Somebody put oil down. We're hurting the fence. Are they flagging it?
Flag, white flag. Clear, click. Man, this is it, check a flag.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is Iracing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to iRacing E-Series presented by HomesNow. We are still under the green flag here at Daytona, on one caution flag so far for tonight. Waiting on the green flag pit stops to happen. We have had the first 2 come down. Jason Papp came down, and of course the 95 came down as well. So we should be seeing some other guys come down here within the next 5 or so laps, and they are good to go to the end once they hit pit road. Should be anyway. As you can see, the car is catching up to that number 1 Monster Energy car. right now it is Greg who's out front. He's been out front now for a few laps. He's been out front. How many laps now? Actually, this is going to be his first lap led. I thought he's actually led a couple, so apparently not. So he will lead his first lap of the new season. But Cody Smith starting to work his way on the high side, trying to lead his first lap of the season. Being pushed right now by the pole sitter, Zach Bowerman, who started on the front row here tonight. There was a caution early, as I mentioned, that took out some really good cars. And, but it happened way back in lap number 4 or 5, I believe, so the take on that. But so far it's been clean green since. There's still a lot of good cars running in this race, as we got a couple other cars now 1 lap down. Actually, a bunch of other cars have hit pit road. Timothy Jennings hit pit road, as well as some others have already been on pit road. We're waiting on this big group to stop. This right here, a group of about 10 that we're waiting to hit pit road. Of course, being led out front now by the 2 car, or the 70 car, who's been out front for 3 laps. Was your pole sitter, as I mentioned. Coming down the backstretch, and they got to start taking into effect. Green, white, checker could happen here. So you really need to try to push this all the way as far as you can go in order, and if we do have a green, white, checker, it's going to be huge. If we do have it, because I don't think you're going to see any more green flag stops or any more stops under caution if we have a late green, white, checker, that is. 34 coming on pit road, Timothy Jenkins making his, actually, was it Timothy? I'm trying to find out. It was. He's actually 1 lap down, so he may actually have a speeding penalty from the last time. So unfortunately for him, that's going to probably put him 2 laps down, or maybe just a lap down, but right there on the edge of it. He is in his box now. It looks like that is a speeding penalty he's got in the 34 car. Waiting to make sure. That is a 15-second penalty. Yeah, and he is down and away. So unfortunately for him, not the way he wanted. He had a good car. As you see some other cars go to pit road this time. Like this view to make sure nobody has trouble. I don't know who that was back there, third in line on pit road. Brandon Wilson really may have been cutting it close there. So from right here, I'm guessing that you would be okay if we have a green, white, checker. If you go ahead and hit pit road, it's still close. But I think you would be okay for the most part. As you do see Timothy Jenkins, unfortunately, going to go another lap down in that 34 car. As we still stay green, coming to lap 56. We should have some more cars hitting pit road. We do. Make that 2 cars hitting pit road. We'll still go up here, make sure everybody gets on pit road clean. It looks like they did. So we'll jump back here to the front of the pack. Zach Bowerman leading this. I would expect these guys to hit pit road this time. I expect all these guys to actually hit pit road this time. I don't see them being, well, they stay out another lap, I guess. Maybe Ryan Decker will not stay out another lap. You see Jason Papp and Mike up on that high side. Actually, I apologize, Matt. Is that Mike? John, I apologize. Up on that high side at 95 and a 1. They are lapped down. There's some smoke right there. I'm not sure what that's from, but here come the rest of the field on pit road. We'll stay in this view as they work their way to pit road. That's a really good job. Everybody's staggered up perfect on that one. Not going to have a problem there. Let's make sure these guys get on the pit road and get off clean. Everybody communicating, probably no tires or 2 tires. I don't expect 4. If you got to fill it up, you might as well put 4. So 7's going to slide through his box quite a bit. He's going to lose the track position on that. 96 as well. Unfortunately for him, you see him really having trouble getting in his box. Seeing a lot of gas only. As they go off pit road, unfortunately for that 96 car that we've seen, going to hurt him quite a bit. Ryan Decker just now leaving pit road. Maybe he can get with one of these other groups, and maybe he'll be okay. We'll have to wait and see as we exit the pit road. There's Ryan. So he may be okay. I think he's going to be able to pick up these two guys. But we'll have to wait and see if they're able to catch this mean group that's catching these. Oh, here comes the 25 and the 93. 93, of course. Ryan Kelly 1 lap down. But he pushed that 25 car out to the lead. And this is going to be his second lap lead. So once again, we'll start to space out quite a bit. Like we've seen after the first time we had the green flag pit stops. How are you guys doing tonight in the chat? Of course, we'll be back again with you guys next week. What I believe is Talladega. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, that 2 car got a little sideways. Looks like he's okay. There's a great shot down the backstretch. As you see at 93, not leaving the 25 bumper. I like that. There's a good look inside the car. Nice helmet. As Connor continues to lead here at Daytona. Going to be his 4th lap lead at the line. I think it's going to be close at the line. I believe he's got it. Outside line starting to make a move. That's the 30. Who is that up on that high side? That's the 12. Making a move up on that high side. Greg McConey. Being pushed right now by Zishan, who's been out front a couple laps here tonight. 15 laps to go once we hit the stripe, and it has been a good one. 25 lead changes, maybe going to 26 here in just a second, but it has been a good one. Only 1 caution flag up to speak of, which is very impressive for a first-time race of the season. First race of the season, only 1 caution flag so far. And we started the race. It did take a few drivers out, no lie, it did. But only 4 drivers have retired from the event. So, not bad out of 22. Ooh, a 2 car scopes the wall a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see when they start making a move towards the back end of this little group here. It's only 9 cars in this group, or 10 cars because we got a lap car in it. But it's going to be very interesting to see when these guys start to make a move towards the back, like Jason Papp, who's been out front quite a few laps tonight. 25 laps led. Definitely going to have the most laps led tonight in that 1 car. Everybody see a little bit of block put on there from that 2 car, or should I say the 70 car. Up on the outside. Is he thinking about jumping out to the outside line, maybe getting pushed? Let's see if he jumps out. Oh, he's looking. Here they come. Anybody going to jump up in front of him? Well, another 95, or the 93 is not leaving the 25. Will the 10 jump up? That's Ryan Decker. I don't expect him, sorry, Zishan. He does not jump up, so let's see. Can the outside line match these cars on the inside? Ooh, a little bit of move there on the 10. Could be big, and they are getting a run on that outside line with Zach Norman, who started out front. And of course, the 7, Cody Smith pushing him. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that may be actually a team. Oh, we got some pit stop actually happening. That's interesting. Yeah, that outside line that you see right there is all teammates on that outside. With the exception, I believe all of them are there. Yeah, every one of them's up on the outside. That's crazy. So we're starting to see a team up on the high side working against one on the bottom side of the track. Could see a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish. That'd be insane. The outside lane just kind of stalling though. Not enough power right now to really power by on the outside. With 11 laps to go, Connor looking to try to put first win in the season here at Daytona. That'd be a big win. Here comes, well, not just yet. Everybody being really cautious right now. Kind of like a chess game. Who's going to pull out a line first? So I'm watching the 10 car and I'm watching the 63 of Johnny Shea. That's what I'm really interested in. I'm really interested in the 63. I think that's one that we could actually see jump out and jump up in front of somebody. They're not satisfied for third, and right now he's gonna have to be satisfied for third because he's kind of stuck on the inside. Because here comes a train from the outside, and this is 5 on 4. This right here definitely could go Zach Bowerman's way as he continues to work on the outside right now, being pushed by Greg in that 12 car. This is a whole team, by the way, up on the outside line, with the exception of Jason Papp, who dropped up there to help him. Who actually maybe dropped back down to the inside. Interesting. So where that lane stall out, we've seen it a little bit. Now the outside line looks a little bit more tucked up right now. I don't know, that 93 though, that white car 93 that we see of Ryan Taylor has not left a back bumper to 25 since he got into the lead. Oh, we're looking at 3 wide. This is interesting. That may be some strategizing going on. Maybe he's just not, maybe he's getting a little bit too hot, and that's exactly what it looks like. He may fall in right here behind Brody Smith in the 10, which is actually the 22. I believe that's exactly what that was. May just be getting a little bit hot. 7 laps to go. Well, I apologize, 8 laps to go. 25 lead changes. We may be seeing our 26. They are dead even out front, coming to the back stretch, and I don't, let me check. These guys are definitely good on fuel. I'm looking to see some guys coming down pit road. I thought I did, maybe not. Will we have a new leader? That 25 really gets a good run right in the center, using a low line, that short way around, but that outside lane powers back strong on the outside. You see the 7. This is another switch that he's doing. Maybe getting a little bit too hot, and who's trying to save it? He's going to go to the inside. This may, and he's stuck. That will not bring out a caution. Oh my gosh, he got stuck in the inside wall. That is crazy. That is a first, I believe. Watch this. Best cam we got for it. And he just stops. Okay, not even a, yeah, that don't make a ton of sense, but it is not meant for a caution to fly in this one, as the caution does not fly. And now it makes it even more interesting as the 10 start to work with the 93. I don't know. Coming to 6 laps to go, you got to feel bad for Zach Bowerman starting to lead. Looked like he had a good run, and unfortunately just got a little bump, and the bumper's kind of locked, sending him spinning to the inside. He got hard wall on the inside and basically stuck, and he was not able to go nowhere. Didn't come back up in the track or nothing like that, which is very odd. First time I've seen that happen here. It's like glue. So we got 4 cars working against 4 cars. And it looks like Brody Smith may have a chance to grab this lead away. That 93 has yet to leave the back bumper of Connor. That's been the biggest factor in this. Ryan Keller, who's a lap down, working with this lead lap car, basically pushing him to the win, or trying to push him to the win, with 5 laps to go. It's been very impressive. Jason Papp riding along in 7th, trying to figure out how he's going to get up there within the next 5 laps to try to take this win away. But it has been no less of a great race tonight. 25 lead changes. First race of the season at Daytona. And look at the push. Oh man, that's a bad place to push though. Oh man, the 12 car really got a shot from the 63 of Johnny Shade. And now, kind of getting back single file just a little bit on that bottom side. Outside only has 2 cars. It's not really going to work. We mentioned it will work for a little bit, but then you've got to have more help in order to pass that car. Who was that? 93 pulls out of line. That's interesting because remember, he's been on the bumper of the 25 all race long. He's going to move to the high side. Probably was getting hot behind him. And that was kind of the 25's buffer, I guess we could say, of Connor's. Really needed him to stay behind him. But he's going to pull out of line, pull his car down, let these guys race it out. We're coming with 3 laps to go at the line. At the line, we're going to have a lead change with that one. As Brody Smith gets his first lap led of the race late in this one. And how about that? He's able to clear that 25. This is going to allow the 7 now. Cody Smith working with Johnny Shade up on the outside. And we got 2 slower cars. The 3 who's up on the high side. We got that slower car on the bottom side. That's interesting. You're going to have to move out of the way. I'm sure they're communicating it. He should move up. And he does. That is the 01 you see move up. And Nick Kessler moved it up and not causing a problem. So good on him for that. So it's 3 on 3. With Jason Papp barely hanging on to the back of his draft, being pushed once again by that 93, who Jason right now likes the 93 behind him because we've seen what he was able to do with the 25. 2 laps to go. Brody Smith once again, the leader at the line. If we make it back to that white flag, this is the last chance to get a green-white checker. Caution has to fly this time. So if we make it back to the white flag, a green-white checker will not be possible. Now the tensions are starting to rise at the car. Now you want the win. Friendships are out the window, and we're seeing it. Here comes the 25, jumping to the outside in front of the 7. White flag in the air at Daytona. To 10, Zishan pushing Brody Smith. Connor trying his best at everything he can do on the outside. Really being pushed. This is close. This could be a very good finish. And Jason Papp, unfortunately, has dropped out. Looks like he has some car trouble. May have wrecked after the white flag came out. Now how about this? The 7 going to the outside. This is exactly what Brody Smith needs. Coming to the checkered flag. Brody Smith is going to see the checkered, and he's wrecking. Big wreck. Brody Smith wins it at Daytona, followed by Connor, and Zishan finishes in 3rd as they wreck across the line. But your winner, going through the grass, able to pick it up. Look at this. Wow, we've had cars flipping across the line. There's your winner as he crosses it. And he is happy right now because he is going to celebrate at Daytona. First winner of the season. We're going to talk to him here in just a few moments. First, we're going to watch him celebrate. We'll speak to him. We'll go to a quick commercial break and get him in here. And then we'll come back and interview him. Right now, he's going to burn it down. Here at the start-finish line. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Right after this is a quick message from the sponsor. Alright, we're coming back. And back with the winner, Brody Smith leads 4 laps and is the winner at Daytona. Brody, you got a copy?
Yeah, that was a good one. Went into the grass and all. That was fun.
Yeah, man, and it wasn't easy. I mean, we've seen the high side not really working, but you put yourself in position late in this race. Talk us through all night, man. Only one caution flag came out, but you was able to drive through the grass and somehow pick up this win.
Yeah, it was all about being smart. I kind of sat in the back all race, saving what I had, and then made the move.
Yeah, did you learn anything that could help you for future, plate races and stuff like that? Is there some guys that you was comfortable working around? I know you worked with your teammates most of the night, but is there some other guys that you possibly worked with as this race went on that you're comfortable with working around for, future plate races?
Yeah, the 10 was a really good pusher there, and I mean everybody ran pretty smooth all night, so that was.
Well, you did a good job in finishing first, 4 laps late, and that's a big win for you tonight, man. Any shout-outs you want to give out?
Yeah, I want to thank Cody for getting me clear there, Greg, my teammate Greg, Jeff had to miss tonight, Zach as well. Iracing iFlag, HomesNow, Hurricane Media.
Well, good job tonight, man. Congratulations on a big win, first win of the season.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll move you back up. Try to move you back up anyway. All right. Next up, who do we have? Cody Smith, who finishes in second place. He is in here as well. Move him down here with us and talk to him. If I can find him, there we go. Hey, Cody Smith, you got me?
Yeah, I got a copy. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. You finished in second tonight, started fourth, finished behind your teammate. That was an exciting finish, man. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it's good to see little bro get a win. I was able to push him to the win there. About with, I think, 3 or 4 to go, we were finally able to clear that bottom line there, and it just really worked out for him, so I'm really proud of him.
Yeah, we seen the high side. It was tough, man. It seemed like you really had to have more cars. It looked like you could get up there, but it was so hard to pass, on that outside. You really had to have multiple cars up there and less cars on the inside. I want to ask you the same question as I asked him as well. Is there some guys that you was comfortable working with tonight that you could work with maybe in the future?
Yeah, we got a couple of friends, Zach Bowerman and Greg McConey, and then my little brother, of course. We just ran together all night, same strategy, smooth on and off pit road. And yeah, that high side, with it being a day race and the track temp up, a little twitchy up there, a little more difficult, but we got it.
Yeah, man. So a 1-2 finish for the Smith brothers. Congratulations on that. Any shout-outs you want to give out before we head out of here?
Yeah, just Iracing iFlag on their digital pit bots. Actually got mine today. Was awesome.
They
really helped with my strategy. Yeah, HomesNow, they do a lot for the homeless community, so that's really awesome as well. And just my teammates that helped me out tonight, and me and my little brother. That's actually our 3rd 1-2 finish in IES, so I'm real stoked about that.
Congratulations, man. Go and see what you can do next week.
Yes, sir. See you next week.
Next up, we will bring in 3rd place Zishan, and let me see if I can find him. There we go. Bring him down. Now, I hope I don't butcher your first name. Is it Zishan?
Yeah, that's my name.
Okay, I want to make sure I had that right. Well, then you finished in third tonight. You started back in 13th, but we heard a lot of compliments about you, pretty much. A lot of guys saying that it was really comfortable working around you. You didn't get the win, but third place overall, not a bad night.
Yeah, I'm really happy that I got third. I hate it for my teammates. Both of them were basically done after that last one wreck. But I couldn't thank them enough. JD Motorsports has really helped me get into this league, and really happy that I got third for them. And I'm also glad Brody got the win because he was good all race, and I'm glad to hear everyone was comfortable working with me.
Yeah, man, and it seemed like, the track was hot and slick, but it looked like pit stops was also very difficult as well. We've seen a lot of guys actually sliding coming on the pit road, and we know Daytona is always tough on that. Did you have any problems getting on the pit road? We've seen a bunch of guys having that.
Yeah, I tended to be really conservative on my pit entrance. I practiced during practice about like 5 or 10 times getting into pit road just because I've messed up so much at this specific track. I actually was too far forward on the first stop, but since I was leading, I still was in the lead draft, so I got a lucky break there. But pit road was definitely very slick. I saw a few people spin getting on and off pit road, so I'm glad I held myself back and didn't spin out.
Yeah, we've seen that problem on pit road, and luckily you was able to get back in that. But, man, third place tonight, not bad at all, and you did get that lap lead, which always helps with the points. So, congratulations on that. Is there any shout-outs? You have the floor.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, I'd like to thank Jason Papp for putting on such a great league. I'd like to thank Iracing iFlag for sponsoring the league. Check out their digital pit boxes, HomesNow, and Taz Racing Customs for your custom diecast needs. And of course, my teammates Chris Worrell and Nick Kessler at JD Motorsports. Oliver Cordell couldn't make it, but those two really helped me out.
Good job tonight, man, and congratulations. Top 3, not bad at all.
Thank you.
And we will move you back up. And once I figure out how, there we go. And there we go. There's your top 3 interview for tonight. Here's your results from the race. Congratulations to Brody Smith on picking up a big win here tonight at Daytona. Second place, of course, goes to his brother. We just talked to him a minute ago. Cody Smith and Zishan finishes in third. Johnny Shady finishes fourth, and Gray finishes in fifth. So my thoughts on the race, guys, it was fantastic. You cannot beat it. And once I know we had a little bit of trouble early on in this race, but it was good. I thought the racing was fantastic. I want to give a shout out to all the sponsors. HomesNow for sponsoring the series, and of course Iracing iFlag and all the other, of course, the diecast and bottoms up and all that. Check all these guys out. It helps support the league, and that goes a long ways for these guys. So, hope everybody had a great night. I will be back Wednesday. I got a pretty good break, so that's nice. I'll be back Wednesday. I'll be racing tomorrow night, though, NASCAR tomorrow night. And I know Paskey's is actually running right now on ESPN. Go check them out. They're actually on the same channel on YouTube. They're broadcasting the Paskey's Cup Series, which unfortunately I can't be in no more. But it's cool because I get to do this. So go check Sam out, and he's broadcasting right now. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Hope y'all have a good night, and God bless.